Your court television news starting now.
Good morning and afternoon for some of it. Well, afternoon for most people and good morning for our friends on the West Coast. I am your host, NJ Courts, on a special, I guess it wouldn't be our first because we've done a few kind of like, remote, broadcast type of style updates. Our last one was over at Tulsa. We went and did one at the Tulsa County Jail. But we are doing a special court update here, live from the capital of New Mexico, Santa Fe. Oh, yes. I am just steps away from actually, I believe it is the only capital in the United States that actually has a completely round rotunda, or capital, as they say. I've been there a few times. It was when I was a youngster. It's one of those places that pretty much I think any kid in the state of New Mexico probably went on a field trip at some point of their life. So it's been a while, very long time. So a lot of things are probably going to be new to me. It is open to the public. Here in a second, we're definitely going to step on over and hopefully maybe run into some of our fellow legislators and senators. I believe that they are in session right now, so we might even be able to walk in on one of those. And for some of you that have never seen how a legislative session goes down, we may be able to show you an example of how that goes down. So it should be a pretty fun day. We're going to start off with just kind of a brief, quick court news update because I am on my laptop right now and I have no way to plug it in because I'm at a park. So I have a little bit of battery. I don't want to burn through it. Hence why I didn't plug. I wanted to get all fancy today and plug in my sound effect board, but that drains battery from here. So I said, hey, let's just get it done. And then once we're done with this broadcast, I'm going to switch over to my phone and we're going to do a IRL stream and let you guys follow along with me, tag along, however you want to say it. And like I said, we're going to go hang out, show you guys around the roundhouse, as they like to call it, our state capital here in New Mexico. And like I said, maybe we'll run into actually, I take that back. If my goal today is to possibly run into the governor, if that's not possible, I hope to see if she's available. If that's not possible, maybe make an appointment. But I was told that, I guess, and again, I don't know if it's depending on state, but I was told that some states, the governors give pardons out. Okay. And I want to see if the governor can somehow maybe pardon this credit card debt that everybody speaks about, So I'm going to see. Maybe she'll feel bad for me today and she'll pardon my credit card debt from Capital One and all you haters. Nah, I'm just kidding. I got some really serious questions for her, though. One of them, if I can run into her, is I'd like to know what the state is doing if they're not already in the process of, looking at, what laws we have in place or what laws we need to put in place to, start prosecuting some of these people that are causing a lot of crimes over the internet, whether it's from cyberbullying to cyber terrorism, scamming, there's all sorts of different crimes, all sorts of different, genres, you want to say it. But I'm curious to see what the state of New Mexico is doing to battle that. I personally have ran into an issue where when you call your local law enforcement, ring, 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 so-and-so has said they're going to come kill me and my family. They've already said it every other week. Oh, okay. Well, did you, and this is calling where they're from, right? You'd assume, hey, you call where the person's out of, right? Oh, well, you need to start by calling your law enforcement, all right? And then you try doing that route, right? You're just following the steps. All right. No. You need to call them. You see, it just becomes a back and forth, tag. And I know a lot of people, because people reach out to me on many types of different issues that they ran into when it comes to just, the internet itself in dealing with internet crimes and trying to report on that stuff or, make a report about it, a criminal report, whatever it may be. They ran into the same issue. So I'm curious to see what the state of New Mexico is doing to battle that. I'm also curious if I can run into somebody that can help me that's located in the judicial wing of the roundhouse, maybe answer a question as far as what we ran into yesterday, see what their opinion would be. Maybe they'll give me a little minute to show them the video of what they think about what happened yesterday when we were attempting to broadcast a public hearing that was certainly broadcasted on the worldwide internet. and had a judge say that per their state law that we couldn't. I'm going to speak on that behalf, but first, before I get into that, let me give you guys an itinerary. Before I even get to the itinerary, I want to say a huge hello to everybody. Thank you for taking your time out of your Thursday today to spend it here with NJ Courts, here at the NJ Courts mobile TV station / remote TV station. Oh yeah, doing it big time. Except we don't got one of those big, well, we do have a van, just doesn't have, we don't need those big antennas anymore. See, that's what's so cool about technology, man. I mean, what, it was just maybe 15, 20 years ago where if you wanted to do a live broadcast, you literally had to have probably like $100,000 or more setup behind you. Now, all you need is just a free phone from whatever carrier you want to go with and an internet connection. And here we are. It's amazing. All right. So, let me say hi to everybody. So thank you again for joining me. I want to say big thank you to all the members of the jury and the mods for being here today. Thank you for all your continued support, my friends. Let's get this show started. So just a quick little itinerary. Like I said, today was about doing a lot of fun IRL stuff. We kind of did a court news show update yesterday, but we didn't. We did one the day before, and then we did an actual attempted to do a live stream of a court hearing that was yesterday. And as a matter of fact, that wasn't even the hearing I was talking about. So if you guys joined me in the morning time when we did the kind of the walk-in talk at the Glass Cemetery, which was a lot of fun. Thank you, everybody that joined me on that walk. I said that I had like a little surprise for you guys, that I was going to try to stream, a live hearing. Well, that wasn't it. The hearing that I was actually talking about was going to be the one that was supposed to go down today, and was one of the reasons why I came up to Santa Fe. Even though I know it was going to be done remotely, they weren't going to be doing it in person here. I did want to do a broadcast out in front of the courthouse, where possibly at some point that hearing could be moved from a remote style environment to an actually in-person trial, which if it goes to a jury trial, I'm sure that's how it's going to go down. But that all has to do with Mr. Alec Baldwin, the actor. For some of you that may not even be aware of what I'm talking about, quick little refresher. Alec Baldwin, who's an actor, was here in the state of New Mexico filming like a little B-C budget type of film. It's a Western named Rust, and a low-budget production, better way to put it. And he was one of the producers, directors, and actors in it. One of those things. And there was a really, really just tragic accident that happened while the filming was going down. One of the crew members was sadly killed, and one of the directors was injured. And this happened during one of the, while they were shooting, they're actually filming. Maybe they were getting, I don't know if it was the actual real shot, whatever it was. A firearm was handed to Alec Baldwin, just your typical Western gun, a 6-shooter, and was supposed to be used as a prop gun in a scene. Supposedly, when Alec Baldwin went to pull that hammer back, the hammer didn't lock in place. The hammer then, I guess, and this is all allegedly, and this is according to what I've read, the hammer went ahead and went forward, and engaged the firearm, therefore shooting the bullet. And it hit one of the crew members and killed her. Very tragic way it went down. And there's just a lot of just talk about this whole story. It's going to be a big one. It already had started kind of being, your big, talk of the news, especially in the Hollywood world. But what had happened was they had decided not to indict Alec Baldwin originally. And instead they were going to be, indicting or going, and which they still are, going after the armor. I forgot. I think it's Hannah Gutierrez is her name, and I apologize if I got that wrong. But there's two people that they're going to be charging. One is the armor, which is hired by the production company to be responsible for the prop guns and making them safe. So that's where a lot of the issues coming from, especially the defense for the Mr. Baldwin is hey, he's just the actor. The armor handed him the gun, cleared it as being safe, and he did what he did. Okay. Well, that's kind of the way they were looking at it, and why they, kind of didn't charge him with anything originally. Well, what happened then was, I guess, after some reconstruction of the gun, because it got damaged while the FBI or somebody was investigating or, you know, looking at it. While I guess they were taking it apart, they learned that the gun was broken or something like that. And again, if that was the case, you know, is it his fault? You know, again, this is all allegations. Read about it yourself. I may be wrong about some of the facts. Regardless, what they're saying now is the reason they're bringing the charges or why they indicted him now is because they said as they were, you know, reconstructing the gun, they noticed that the hammer, there was a malfunction where the hammer, you know, did strike the bullet, and because from what he did, supposedly he's being charged now. Again, I don't know how it's going to go. You know, they were going to arraign him today, but him and his lawyers went ahead and already submitted a plea of not guilty for him yesterday. So that made the big news. So there is no hearing today. That's where I'm going with all this. So originally yesterday, when I was telling everybody, hey, we're going to be checking out a hearing yesterday, I thought, one, it was yesterday. It wasn't. It was today. So that's what I was talking about. But unbeknownst to me, when I was checking my little calendar, because I took a picture of it before I left, I noticed that, oh, shoot, Trina Golden had a hearing yesterday. So, you know, I was just looking it up to see if it was available remotely, and it sure was. As a matter of fact, we started a live stream yesterday as it was going, and then we were interrupted by the judge. Most of you caught that. If you didn't, I'm actually going to play a little bit of that today. So I wanted to check that out. I wanted to discuss that. And as kind of one of the main reasons why I decided to still come up to Santa Fe, give you guys a fun tour of the Capitol. But like I said, if I run into somebody that, you know, may be able to speak on that or give me a little bit more information, I've already spoke to a few people, as a matter of fact, a few lawyers, and they were actually pretty surprised the way it went down. Mostly they were more surprised that the judge spent more time trying to explain why we couldn't, you know, legally film versus actually spending the time to, you know, pretty much make sure and tell Trina that she needs a lawyer and how important it is that she has a lawyer in the type of hearing that she's being tried under. Okay. And if you kind of followed along or listened to it yesterday, which we're going to listen to it now, I think you'll kind of agree with what they said. I mean, literally, they're you know, other things went down. And what we're going to look at is just what you guys saw yesterday in the live stream. But I want to watch it again, especially if you guys missed it. And then I kind of want to give you, although I talked about it yesterday, I had a little bit of time to sleep on it last night and put some more thoughts, talk to some people. And I'll give you guys a little bit of my opinion, why I think what happened yesterday was very wrong, very unconstitutional, and why I'm a little upset. You know, not like I'm upset or it hurt me. It's just, you know, I'm more not upset. I'm more disappointed. Okay, is what I am. So let me get settled in really quick. I got half a battery on the laptop. I'm going to show you that video. We're going to go over that again, give you my opinion on how it went down and what I think, you know, was wrong about that. I've got an update for you. Oh, today, Hampton Brandon had a court hearing this morning. Until I get, you know, which I already submitted my request, but until I get that paperwork back, I'm not too sure how it went down. I can always call and get when his next hearing is going to be and what type of hearing it's going to be. And that kind of gives me an idea of what went down. But today, pretty much, they were supposed to, I think it was supposed to be, gosh, and I'm sorry, just have so many stuff in my head. I'm trying to remember the name of the type of style, the name of the hearing, but pretty much it was just you know, them, it was pretty much I believe it's the prosecutor having to show or prove that they have enough evidence to go forth, or if they're going to, you know, continue, pretty much make sure that the charges are in place that they want in place before they go to a jury trial. Okay. And I guess it's also where they're going to make sure and see that, you know, the evidence is there. And like I said, the prosecution is ready to prosecute with what they got and what charges they are planning on charging him with, I believe. Okay, and I may be wrong. Don't quote me on that. I don't have my info on me, so I apologize, but I think that's what was going down today. Either way, hold on, let me let that pass by. I'll get you guys an update on what happened today if I can. So Hampton Brandon's hearing went down today. We're going to watch the clip on what went down yesterday with Trina Golden. I'm going to speak on that a little bit. What else did I want to speak on? Oh, and actually, let me go to chat. I'm sorry, guys. I don't even have my chat pulled up here. And I apologize if you guys were asking me questions and all that. Now I can see you guys, so my bad. Now I got you guys here on the phone, too. EBZ. Thank you for reminding me. So EBZ was scheduled for court yesterday. He didn't have it. They actually rescheduled it. So let me actually, as a matter of fact, while we're watching that clip, I'll get you his new court date. Actually, I think I already have it up here. So let's not get too, I don't want to start jumping around on stuff because then I forget, stuff. And like the other day, I was supposed to play a clip and I didn't even remind myself. So let's just start with EBZ really quick. Let's just get him out of the way because nothing happened. They just rescheduled this court hearing. So for those that are following that trial, or court hearing, let me get you the new court date on that. I think I already had that pulled up. It's easier to do it on my phone. Please tell me I had it already up here. If not, it'll just take me a second, but it'd make things so much easier. Oh, wait, I think I do. I think this is it. Yes, it is. Yay. All right. So let's see here. They rescheduled it for March 7th. So it's been rescheduled for March 7th as a pretrial conference at 8:30 a.m. And again, that's out of the state of Texas, more specifically the city of Austin, more specifically the county of Travis County. All right. What up, Super Roofer? What up, Steph? Good to see you, my friend. What up, Paul, man? What up, Gold Grow Rodriguez? What up, Claves? What up, Mary T? Probably got all these people behind me thinking, what's going on with this guy? What up, Ray 1144? We're doing a broadcast. That's what's up. What up, Chicken Yale? What up, Tyler? What up, Jen J? What up, Kimberly? Good to see you. Kimberly 71. John Jacobs in the house. Good to see you. All right. If I didn't catch you, I apologize, and welcome to everybody. Just trying to do some shout outs here. Candy Cane, good to see you, my friend. Sicilian Princess, good to see you. Bohemian Monkey, always first in the house. Welcome. All right. So let's start with that clip then with Trina. So we took care of EBZ, got his new court date out of the way. We're going to watch the clip, talk a little bit about it. Then let's see, give you guys a better view. There you go. I had the sun in my eye a little bit earlier, but then what else? Golly, sorry, I have just so much going on right now. I just want to get to doing the IRL. I have fun when we go walking around. Let's see. So we'll play the clip with Trina. God, what did I say earlier? What up, Abe? Good to see you. Oh, we were talking about, I'm sorry, Alec Baldwin. So that was something else I was going to discuss today. Oh, I'm just thinking of the pictures. Oh, we've got some other news that's kind of court related. We're going to be watching a lot of clips. Well, a few, not a lot. And that's how I'm going to pretty much break that news. Some of them have nothing to do because they're people that we haven't, or news we haven't even broke or talked about. I'm going to show you a clip from Janny that was between a call from Incel Ben or IBL, who is the ex-boyfriend of Vegan Patriot. Many of you are familiar with what's going on with that whole kind of shebangle. We actually had Vegan Patriot come on and speak a little bit about the incident she had when she went and streamed over, collabed, whatever you want to call it, over at the Brandon Q's place down in Albuquerque. And while we had her up there, of course, she spoke a little bit about, and we had some questions regarding on, the current kind of situation going on between her and her ex-boyfriend, which some of you don't know. She currently has a restraining order against him. He's got some court stuff that he's got to show up to in Arizona. And I guess according to him, I'll just play the clip, but pretty much, there's court stuff going on between the two. Easiest way to put it. And he had a discussion yesterday with the prosecutor that's representing the state. And I'll just leave it at that. So we're going to listen to what he had to say, what they spoke about, especially if some of you are following kind of that. We had Hampton Brandon on the title. There's something I had to talk about him. Oh yeah, we did. He had hearing yesterday, or no, today. He had his hearing this morning. Sorry, Hampton had his hearing this morning. I think that was at 8:30 a.m. So I'll get you an update on that probably tomorrow or sometime this weekend. Hopefully I can, if they're willing to share some information over the phone, if they can, I'll get you as much as I can. But when that FOIA request comes in, which we've already done one before. That was the one that gave us as much as they could of the incident or criminal incident report or police report on what went down between him and another individual, and is why he's in court right now. And then I went ahead and submitted a second one requesting his court paperwork. So that'll give us a better idea, since they don't have that available online like a lot of these other individuals were following, as to what has happened the last few hearings he's gone to. All right. So we've got a few videos we're going to play. One of them is freaking insane. That was shared with me earlier by Roofer. I'd already seen that a few days ago. But yeah, I was planning on talking about that today. Just crazy what this whole just internet's just bringing amongst a lot of these people. And I don't know, man. I'm obviously it's the person to blame that causes the crime. It's always them, you know. But you got to think sometimes that something's going on in their head. And, you know, you got to always wonder, did they get motivated? Are these platforms, is, you know, the fact that you can have people come on YouTube and do half the shit they do and get away with it. The reason why some of these people are doing the stunts and things they're doing just so they can get on the internet, which I'm going to say, based on the way this went down, it almost seems like that's what it was. And it's fucking nuts. Excuse my language. So, let's see. Gold Girl says, actually, it was a fill-in prosecutor. Original was out. And hold on, you're speaking about, let's see here. Sorry, Gold Girl. Are we talking? Oh, in reference to Trina, because right now she's not. Oh, sorry. Yeah, right now she's representing herself, pro se. I don't know if that's. I'm guessing that's who you're referring to. But yeah, let's get right to her clip. So enough of listening to me. I still got half of my my battery. Fire Force, that was supposed. So he had a hearing that was supposed to go down yesterday. It was actually rescheduled for March 7th. So nothing went down. So pretrial conference March 7th. So I'll have an update then for you. As a matter of fact, maybe we might be able to make it down to that one. That's in Texas. Texas ain't too far from New Mexico. And I'm usually driving between, you know, back and forth between Texas, like I'll be doing next week when we head down to Georgia for the MGL or Michelle Sabate DUI hearing. Good morning, John. Good morning, Fire Force. Sorry. I'm not sure. I know I may have answered your question, but excuse me for not saying hello. All right. So let me get that clip queued up, show you what went down yesterday, just in case you didn't see it. All right, I got it here. Let's get it queued up. Queued up. Let me get this on full screen mode. Sorry, guys, I got this glare in my face. Where are we doing? Oh, that's why. Click that out. Now I can see. Okay.
Okay. The court will adopt that. $100.
Here we go. So we're just going to watch it, and then I'm going to talk about it. So I'll keep my mouth shut.
March 1st, 2024. Just make sure you figure that out with your probation officer and extrapolate out that you should get everything paid in time, but you want to make sure you're done in time. Otherwise, we're going to file a motion to revoke your probation.
Your Honor, Ms. Buckler has since retained Mr. Bowers, obviously, but Mr. Gazad took us to a plea agreement. I think he was appointed, if memory serves. I don't know if the court addressed those fees.
I don't know if he has submitted anything because
I don't mean to, if he hasn't, I don't mean to raise that. I just wanted to make sure I'm journalizing everything correctly.
Okay. Obviously, if there's any fees associated with Mr. Gazad's work up to the prior to Mr. Bowers' appointment, he'll submit an affidavit to that extent, and that'll just be included as a part of the fees. That should just make sure you're meeting with your PO when you're getting it all paid in time. Okay? You wish to accept all those terms? Okay. Good luck to you, Ms. Buckler. Thank you, Mr. Bowers, for taking her downstairs.
All right, here it goes.
And Mr. Bowers, I'm almost done with the journal entry here.
Her hearing hasn't started yet.
Ms. Golden,
It's
you can
coming
go
up
ahead and
next.
Come on up to the podium.
Here it comes.
Thanks, NJ.
Here we go.
We'll call the Golden matters. 15 CR 1993, 20 CR 1869, and 22 CR 3438, all captioned State of Kansas versus Trina Golden. Will the parties who are present in the courtroom please state their appearances for the record?
Your Honor, may it please the court, state appears by Daniel Overmeyer.
And you are Trina Golden. Same. Okay. I know we have a number of individuals in the courtroom, all of which I'm not sure are here for Ms. Golden's matter. While Ms. Golden, while you're present, and the court isn't suggesting you have done this, but I do want to bring to everyone's attention that is in the Zoom room and in the courtroom. There has been brought to the court's attention that in this matter, there has been recordings made of Ms. Golden's hearings that have been posted on YouTube. And again, Ms. Golden, I'm not suggesting you've done this. I have no evidence they did. Obviously, you're in the courtroom, so it was not you that did this. I'm not quite sure if everyone here as guests in the Zoom room watching this proceeding, if they were involved in the recording of any of Ms. Golden's hearings. But the court needs to bring to all of the observers' proceedings that in the state of Kansas, there is a Supreme Court rule, Rule 1001, that is very clear on the rules related to electronic media coverage and recordings of proceedings, which basically that during a judicial proceeding that is related to possession and recording, that cell phones and other electronic devices are required to be turned off, that individuals are prohibited, absent a court order in advance, to take pictures, to take videos, to make sound recordings, broadcast sounds, broadcast still or moving images, or otherwise it will be a violation.
So let me talk to you guys about that.
I'm going to cut it
What
there.
this judge is doing right now is.
All right. So yesterday, I was trying to do a few things. I was trying to listen in and then kind of give you guys an update. So now that I'm, had some time to put everything together and process everything, I'm going to tell you guys, one, how it went down, and two, kind of why I totally disagree with what happened yesterday. Kind of what I just put in my comment there. First off, I want to start with, okay, one, you're broadcasting it on the worldwide internet, okay? So how are you expecting to enforce a state law to people that may not even be from your state or country? That's crazy. And that's the reason why it doesn't make any sense. What she's stating, the law that she's stating, is pertaining to somebody recording in the actual, physically in the courtroom. It would be like if I snuck into that courtroom, you'd see me in there sneaking in with the camera doing this when I didn't have permission from the judge, okay? That's not what happened. That wasn't my broadcast. That broadcast, as a matter of fact, came from that actual courthouse itself. And guess what? That link to that broadcast was actually published on their website. That wasn't even, hey, you had to call and pretend to be somebody to get a link. Nope. That broadcast was accessible to anybody on the worldwide internet. There is no way in hell you can tell me that you're going to try to start enforcing a state law over the internet, and that has nothing to do with somebody unless they're physically there in the courtroom. I get it. I understand why the judges have that ability to control whether they're going to let media in or not. But the judge already pretty much said yes. They've already welcomed the media. As soon as they turned on that broadcast and they're allowing that stream to go on, they've already said yes. So how are you going to tell somebody that they can't pretty much show what you're showing? That would have to be YouTube, essentially, being that I'm using them as the platform, saying, hey, we don't allow courtroom broadcasts, which if most of you watch a lot of these courtroom proceedings, there's actual courtrooms, like Travis County, the one that EBZ is going through. They actually have their own YouTube channel that goes on live every day so that you can see the proceedings. That's how this channel was able to actually watch that first arraignment, the bond hearing for EBZ, and bring it to you guys. You see where I'm going? So I understand what the judge is trying to relay, but in this situation, especially now post-COVID, when all these courts are going to this teleconferencing type of system and using these Zoom platforms, maybe they need to work on their own platform. Maybe the government needs to get a tighter platform that doesn't allow third parties or people to be able to access the trial or court hearing if that's ultimately what they want. But you got to be kidding me when the actual court itself is broadcasting this, or by putting that link on their website and then saying, nope, you could be prosecuted by state law if whoever you are starts, if you film or re-show this. Yeah. So I'm going to tell you this. I was being very professional yesterday. Being that I doubt that any of what that judge said would fly in court, I would have, yesterday, had I not wanted to be professional, I would have just continued to just film. But I didn't, okay? Because ultimately, I do want to respect what that judge had to say. Now, do I disagree with what they said? Yes, absolutely. And I have a right to, call over there and give them my opinion, all right? Now, I also have now the ability to also, according to what the judge said, make a request through a media request, okay? Now, I think that's kind of weird, being that I'm not going to physically be there and being that they're the ones that are actually broadcasting it. So I'm really not, when I fill out these media requests, let me just put it this way. I literally have to put what pieces of equipment I'm going to be showing up with and setting up in the courtroom. How would I even fill that out pertaining to this? I'm not in the courtroom. See where I'm kind of going with it? Maybe you disagree with me. Maybe you agree with me. Maybe you don't give a shit. But I just wanted to kind of give my 2 cents kind of on how that went down. Now, let's get that aside. What happened, being that you guys didn't get to see, but because I could sit in, okay, this is what happened. All right. And any of you have the right to sit in. Okay. Any of you could have gone in there, clicked that link, and sat right down. Okay. Well, not sat down, but, sat in front of your computer. Excuse me. So technically, if you wanted to watch that yesterday, you could have. So that's what I did. So instead of rebroadcasting it like the judge, in my opinion, illegally asked me to, and constitutionally, remember the First Amendment asked me to, I still, was able to sit in. So long story short, pretty much this is what happened, okay? She's still representing herself pro se, and that's why I said, for the couple of attorneys that watched yesterday's video, I sent them the link. They were shocked and surprised to see that judge was not reiterating to her how important it was, pretty much saying, yo, where are you at on getting an attorney? Have you talked to an attorney yet? Let's just put it this way. They're about a couple of weeks out from her actual jury trial to go down, okay? You think that's going to be plenty of time for an attorney to prep for that type of case she has? And I'm surprised, being that she's in the situation she's in, she's putting herself in that situation, being that she's facing those type of serious charges. Blows my mind, okay? But it's going down the way it's going. So pretty much she was, the judge was, letting her know, but in my opinion and a lot of other opinions, not enough of, hey, you need to show up by the next hearing with a lawyer, okay? Trina was trying, and I guess I learned yesterday that, again, because the way the judge made this sound, and I know why, I'm sure either an email or Trina prior to the hearing went and talked to her, or some talked to the prosecutor. I don't know. Prosecutor's office seemed like they didn't care, but the way the judge was speaking, she didn't even know what she was talking about. She was talking like in plural. We've only shown the first arraignment or bond hearing, for Trina. That was it. She was making it sound like, and maybe other channels have been showing or broadcasting her hearing, but not NJCOURTSTV, okay? So I don't know why she was making it sound, and I have a feeling why, but that judge pretty much just caved into what Trina was saying without even understanding or knowing all the facts, unfortunately, is what I'm trying to say. But regardless, what I learned yesterday was Trina, I guess in the past few hearings she's been representing herself, has been asking to have her house arrest removed. So currently, and again, this is my understanding from yesterday, okay, and I'm sorry if I have a little things maybe incorrect by a little bit, but I'm pretty sure I got it right, was she's under GPS monitoring and house arrest, okay? Her kind of big thing is right now, her gripe is that it's hard for her to, get employment or work on her job. I guess she's employed or she's doing self-employment. She mentioned something about her cooking thing. I don't know, okay? But either way, she was griping about that because I'm assuming with the house arrest, she has to submit a schedule, a work schedule. So it's not saying because she's on house arrest, she can't work. She can work. They're saying when you're on house arrest, though, you have to submit a schedule. And so her gripe to the courts was that it's because of her style of work or employment that it's difficult for her to submit a schedule, and the house arrest is, complicating that. And because of her not being able to gain the employment, it's been the reason why she hasn't been able to get a lawyer, because lawyers cost money. You see where I'm going with all that? Anyways, so that's what she was asking, was to have the house arrest removed. They were going to still leave the GPS monitoring, but she wanted the house arrest removed. The prosecutor's office said no. They said, we said no in the past already, and we're going to say no again. Their reason being was they said based on the style of the case, based on, the fact that she had ran and they had to extradite her, based on some of her past record, they said that they feel that they need to be able to monitor her, need to know where she's at because she isn't in danger. They need to make sure that the community is not in danger. It's the easiest way to put it. So judge went ahead and listened to both sides, and the judge went ahead and agreed with the prosecutor's office and said denied as far as her request to remove the house arrest. So she is still on house arrest, still, I think, on this GPS monitoring. And then they just rescheduled and let her know when her next hearing was. And like I said, hardly emphasized the fact that she better show up with the lawyer or else what? You know what I mean? So, and I would imagine if she does get a lawyer by then, that lawyer is probably going to submit a motion for continuance, which I don't know how the court's going to react to that, because the judge still has to be able to approve or deny that, because that judge has also already scheduled a block in her schedule for that jury trial. Okay, so I can't speak for the judge, but I know judges, based on, because I lived with one, they don't like when you start messing with their schedules. Okay, let's just put it that way. Oh, and also I'm kind of, she kind of puts herself out as an e-celebrity, so I'm just curious as to what e-celebrity wouldn't want their court coverage heard or covered. See, I get confused with all these e-celebrities, man. They're all e-celebrities until it's not their camera they're holding. You guys follow me? It's weird, All right, so that was my 2 cents. That was an update on how that went down yesterday, because I know I kind of talked about it yesterday, but I may have not twisted like I had, said incorrect information, just as far as my timeline as how the information went along. I may have had that mixed up because, like I said, I was trying to listen in. I was trying to talk to you guys, answer some questions in chat. So it got a little difficult because I wasn't expecting that. I was just expecting to show it live stream, kick back, and answer questions in chat. Once the live stream or her hearing was done, come on and discuss it. Okay. But hey, that's how it is. If you've been following this channel since its inception, you know that in the news world, we run in all sorts of, little hop steps and little hooahs we got to jump over every once in a while. Okay. It is what it is. All right. Yeah, and then here's the thing, Paul, man. I know in pertaining to like ski masks hearing in Oklahoma, there was, I guess, per their state, and again, I think I had looked into it. Like I said, it's you can't ever tell if he's lying or if it's true. But according to him, he had mentioned, that in Oklahoma, once you bond out, they don't let you apply for a public defender, which I still think is kind of weird because you pretty much have that right, especially if you qualify for one. And I guess the reason being is if you obviously can afford to bond out, then you have to hire a private attorney. I don't know if that's the same in Kansas. You know what I mean? If, she can't even file for a public defender or apply for one just because she did bond out. And obviously, maybe her money situation is where it needs to be to get an attorney, which if that was the case, I wouldn't have bonded out. You know what I mean? Oh, one of the other reasons why, speaking of like time frame, one of the reasons why the prosecutor's office denied her request, amongst other reasons, one of the reasons they mentioned was, pretty much the trial's already about to start. So what's the big deal? You know what I mean? It's going to be in a few weeks. What's it matter if you're on house arrest or not? I think they're more concerned that, and that's why they were probably thinking, why would you want to take the house arrest off? And they're probably not for that, being that they had to extradite her. So you follow me? It's not like she doesn't already have a record saying, hey, I don't run and I don't come to court. Okay. It's kind of why they're a little concerned and why you had a high bond amount. Well, that has to do with your charges, but why, they're denying a lot of your quest is where I'm going with that. All right, guys. So we got that over with. We talked about the EBZ rescheduling. We talked a little bit about Hampton Brandon's case going down today. I'll try to get you an update either today or tomorrow on what happened. At the very minimum, I'll get you the next date he's got going on. And hopefully, what happened. Hopefully by that time, well, if it's tomorrow, it won't be by that time, but hopefully within a week or so, I'll have that case paperwork back from his case, and I can give you guys a better update as far as more details on what's been going on these last court hearings he's gone to. So, I guess I might as well put in a media request then for Kansas, and that way, if this goes to a jury trial, which it's looking like for Trina, being that some people are kind of interested in it now, we can live stream that, or at the bare minimum, wait for it, be able to record it once it's finished for the day, then stream it, whatever the judge decides on, I guess. And because I'll tell you what, at this point, even calling that judge or trying to contact them to, share my opinion and, say, hey, I don't think that was right. It's not going to do anything. Okay. Because at the end of the day, that's a state supreme law or rule she was stating, which would mean I need to go, I have to direct my opinion and my questions to the Kansas State Supreme Court. So not even going to waste my time addressing, the Olathe, Kansas courthouse or that judge, because it's just going to be a waste of time. If I even go that route at this point, I'd rather just put in the media request, get that over with, and do it the way they'd like it done. All right. So EBZ got rescheduled, talked about Trina, talked about Hampton. Who else? Oh, yeah, let's look at clips because I'm going down on battery. So the first clip I want to watch is, let's go to Janny's page. We're going to take a look at the call that went down between IBL and then, again, according to Gold Girl Rodriguez's comment, and I remember now, it's not the original prosecutor. It's the prosecutor that's kind of taking over the caseload for the original prosecutor, who I don't know is just not available at this time. And I guess he's taking it over now permanently, is what I understood. We'll hear it on the call again. But yes, good point. You did point out that you are right. That was not the original prosecutor from when his case started or when he was charged with his charges. What up, Swift McCaster? What up, Skylar? Welcome, everybody, coming on in. Let's see here. Oh, just to let you guys know, too, if you came in a little late, as soon as we're done with this court news update, if you guys want to hang out, tag along with me, I'm going to be giving everybody a little tour of the state capitol. It's a very beautiful, from what I remember when I was a little kid, it's a gorgeous capitol. They've got like one, I think it's 3 or 4 floors. One floor, they got a nice museum. They've got a lot of other cool stuff you can do. And like I said, I believe that the Senate and the House of Representatives are in session. So if that's the case, we might be able to sit in a little bit on one of those sessions and let you guys see how that goes down. like I said, we're just going to walk in. It's a public location. We can stream and see what I can show you, okay? It's a beautiful place at the bare minimum. It'll be fun just to watch and look at all the scenery. But hopefully we can run into somebody that we can ask some questions about. Like I said, if I can run into the governor, I'm really curious as far as what our state's doing to, enforce if we don't already have them. Or if we don't, or if we have them, and if we don't, what we're doing is to, look at, what's going on with these internet crimes, and people getting away with them, and these states not being able to prosecute or not care about doing it because, it's in another state, or, especially if you've got somebody that, is got multiple victims and they're all from different states, So just curious, she may have a reply. I say she because our governor is a female at this term right now. Let's see, and actually, what else? So you can follow me on that. If we run into somebody in the judicial wing, definitely have a question regarding what went down yesterday with Trina's case. So, hey, we might learn some things as well as having a little fun. Be Kind Rewind. What was Reform Stoke in trouble for? He only stalked his neighbors because they stalked him first. So Be Kind Rewind, I'm not sure as far because that Stoic shit's been going on for a while now. When it was brought to my attention was when he, I guess, one of the people that were alleging, or he was alleging, were stalking him, and they were alleging, that he's harassing them, went and filed for a temporary restraining order. They were given the temporary restraining order, and then they were trying to, I think, bring some charges down on Stoic, or at least I think what it was they were trying to make it a permanent restraining order, which when that happens, you have your right to go down and speak on your behalf, which I believe is what Stoic did. And however it went down, they actually dropped the restraining order. And last time we checked, unless something has happened recently, Stoic is not being charged with anything right now, nor does he have a restraining order, at least in the state of Alaska, against him, or at least against him from that person that we talked about that had brought it up against him. Yeah. And for some of you that don't know about that, that's another rabbit hole you can go down if you want to, that individual, I don't know much of other than just, a few times I've watched them live. I'm aware of who they are, from probably when they did start streaming or came onto the IP2 scene. But as far as, watching him, no, I don't watch or follow him. But, he came back in the limelight, as far as this station, when some people were interested, about what was going on with him and his legal troubles recently with that whole restraining order. So I apologize if I don't have all the deets, but I think that's from the last time we had checked. That's how it went down. Hey, that's a good one, Fire Force. Now that we're kind of, expanding our range of people we're covering, we kind of jumped right up into an A-list celebrity with Alec Baldwin. But yeah, Johnny Somali, I had heard was still locked up, man. So I'm kind of curious what's going on with that dude. But as of, just other than that, I don't know much, just probably what you've seen. But we can check on that. So let's see here. Let's get some clips going. So let's get that clip played here. I believe that was Janny. Let's go over to Janny's page. Actually, I'm already... Sorry, I got that sun working its way towards me. Oh, and hold on. I almost forgot. Excuse me. How rude of me. Tammy. Thank you. Sorry, Tammy. And the reason I almost forgot was your donation came through while we were playing that last clip. But I want to say a huge thank you for that $5 super chat that reads, showing some gavel love. So, Tammy, I'm going to return that gavel love back to you. Yeah, I brought it up with me. I wasn't going to forget. And you all, jury members, better join me. Spam them if you got them, ladies and gentlemen. This gavel slam goes out to you, Tammy. Oops. Well, hold on. Let me get that gavel head because there's a little river that this can roll down into. Then we won't have any more gavel heads to slam. I got it. Might even have to put a little caution sign around me. Warning, gavel heads flying. Tammy, but again, thank you so much for that support. Much appreciated. All right. That was a slam. All right, so let me get this clip going here. And then as soon as we're done with that clip, I'm going to share another little bit of information with you that if you haven't seen this yet, this is going to blow your mind. And then we're going to go on our little tour. Okay, here it is. Let's go to stop sharing. Let's go to back to my YouTubes. Jenny's been on it, man. Jenny's been putting in the work. All right, so appreciate your hard work, Jenny. Again, if you guys have not subscribed or checked out Imagine Being a Jenny's page, I highly suggest you do. I will share the link to this video here in the chat in just 1 second. That way you can refer back to this clip if you need to. And let me get this queued up for you. Just give me 1 second. Here we go. About a 6-minute clip. We're going to play it from start to finish. Here we go. Trigger warning for language.
This is Jared.
Yes, is this the prosecutor?
Yes, sir. I'm a prosecutor with the city of Scottsdale.
Hi. Do you have any? Are you familiar with the Shay Brown and Nicholas Robinson domestic violence case?
Yes, sir. I just pulled up your case.
Oh wow.
Looks like Natalie Laporte was the prosecutor who charged it. She's on leave, so I am handling her caseload. So, do you have any questions for me?
Well, obviously Shay Brown has a order of protection against me, but she has followed me all the way to California. Well, basically, she ordered this. She got when she initially got that order of protection, right? She.
Sir, I just want to let you know, I'm not your attorney.
I know not.
And so anything you say to me, I can use against you.
I know you can. Dude, trust me.
Talk about the facts of the case because I don't want you to admit anything that's not in your interest.
I'm only admitting her guilt. I don't care. To be honest, dude, I don't plan on showing up to the court anyway because you guys violated my Fourth Amendment right, and if you guys don't respect the Constitution, I'm not going.
Just as a warning, if you don't show up for your court date, the judge is probably going to issue a warrant.
Oh, dude, the warrant's already there, bro. It's already good. I'm running from it. It's all good. All I'm here to let you guys know is that she's been violating that order of protection. She's been chasing me and trying to use the order of protection to get me arrested. So, she's following me around with it.
The order of protection only goes one way. It doesn't restrict her behavior. It restricts yours. So.
Yeah, but I'm pretty sure you're not allowed to get an order of protection and then go stalking people and then tracking them down and then call the cops when you're in their proximity just to get them arrested. I'm pretty sure that's abuse of the order of protection, right?
Well, I don't. I'm not your attorney, and I can't give you legal advice, so I can't answer.
So I mean, the way you're talking, honestly, is the Scottsdale court? You guys hate fucking Sicilians? You guys hate the Constitution? Because I know you guys have gotten video clips. I know you guys have gotten a lot of tips about this. I know you guys see how wrong this is, how unjust this is, and you guys don't care. You guys just want to see me burn, and I'm innocent. I didn't do these things. You guys willingly went through with those false police reports. I must ask you, what do you have beef with the Shiberlassi family?
Listen, I'll say this right now.
Your ancestors say my ancestors?
Hold on. You're telling me a lot of things, but you're not going to put your money where your mouth is and come to court and fight it. If we're so wrong.
Yeah, guess what happened last time I went to the court? You guys didn't respect my Fourth Amendment. Last time I went to the court, where's my right to discovery, huh? Where's my right to discovery, you pig? Last time I went there, you guys didn't give me my Fourth Amendment right. Bill of Rights, pig. Fuck you. Fuck the Scottsdale fucking cops, man. Yeah.
That was the trigger warning for the language there. Well, Fire Force, I guess we're going to have to find that out.
What the fuck is she stitching to the cops for?
The
baggies? The baggies aren't mine.
But it sounds like
what, she think I snuck all the way to fucking Riverside County from LA overnight when I was sleeping in fucking North Hollywood. She think I fucking walked from North Hollywood to Riverside County with a bunch of empty baggies to scatter around a fucking RV. Like, what the fuck? What the fuck is she even saying to them? I don't even know what the fuck she's even saying to them. It's like, what is she telling them I did? Like, she lies to the cops so much, I can't tell what she's even reporting me for. Like, what is it? Look, what's she trying to say that I did?
Like how the prosecutor said, put your money where your
The
mouth
bags
is.
ain't on
Show up
you.
in
The
court
problem,
then.
not the bags. What is it? You know what? I'm not in Scottsdale.
Didn't he used to wear an eye patch?
Letting them know what's going
I thought
on.
he used to claim
Yeah,
like he
I
didn't
tried
have
to
an
let them know
eye.
what's going on, and
His
they
eyes
didn't
look
fucking
perfectly
respect
fine
me
to
very
me.
much. No, well, fuck that. My rights have been violated, and
I guess
I
that
can't
was
trust
just
the law to
prop or
go by the
something.
books and be on my side. I can't
Kind of a
trust
weird
shit.
prop
I
to
can't
wear,
trust none of that
but
shit.
hey, each their own.
I thought I could trust the law. I thought I could play by the books. I thought I could go to court fair and square and prove my
reminds me
innocence,
of
but
like
that's
he's
not the
playing
case.
like one of the
don't
shepherds,
play by
like
the fucking rules,
in a
man.
nativity scene for Christmas, you know, at a church play.
So like, it's not. I could sound schizophrenic and violent. It don't matter. They don't fucking play by the rules. Ain't nobody got my back. The thing is, I got warrants for shit that I'm innocent for. I literally might have to flee the country. I might have to get the fuck out of America because of this. Honestly, I hope the Dex is with me and that she's ride or die no matter what. Because if Dex leaves me, I will be asexual for the rest of my life, and I will hate women and never trust a single woman for the rest of my fucking days.
I thought he already was. Prior to
if Dex
being,
leaves me
vegan
and some
patriot,
woman
I
shows
thought
any
that's what
interest
it
in
was
me,
all about.
I will
being
be
an
like, in the
insult.
name of God, get away from me. In the name of Christ, get the fuck out of my presence.
That's why I was actually
I will hate
surprised
all
when
women,
he
pure-heartedly
ended up
hate
hooking
them.
up with vegan.
Because this is the type of shit that women do. The fucking think about all the people that
he's not
died for this
leaving
country.
anywhere,
Think about all the
Rupert.
people that bled in
I
these
agree
wars
with
and
you on
shit.
that.
And how all it takes is a woman's lies to just
Plus,
ruin a person's
no matter
life.
where you go, even
No,
in Mexico,
never let a woman in my
you need
life ever
dinero,
again.
which
I don't
he
even
always
talk to my
seems
own mother.
complaining that
I
he
don't
has
even
the
call my
lack
own
of,
mom
so.
anymore. No, a zero woman. If you have a vagina, don't talk to me, period.
Well, that was it. So sorry I was speaking over a little bit of it towards the end, but the reason I just wanted you guys to listen in was on the call. So yeah, that was his call between him and I guess the prosecutor that's taking over the case from the original prosecutor with IBL here, Incel Ben Laden. Moving on to our next clip. I actually just sent the link to me to my email. Let me get a second here. What up, Rye Coke? Yeah, well, you have a good one too, man. I don't think much has changed since you started watching the channel, so I don't know what you consider drama, especially since you're on IP. Well, you're not on IP2, but you're a big, you like to hang out there. That's all that community is full of. But maybe you're just having a bad day, dude. But anyways, peace out. All right, let's move on to the clip here that I wanted to share with you guys. See, he left during the best clip. Well, not that this is a good clip. This is actually really fucked up shit, but very interesting if you've not seen this, and very just fucking nuts. Like I said, I don't know who to blame. I mean, definitely blaming the person at fault, but yeah, I hope this is not the. I hope the internet wasn't part of this person's motivation. That's all I got to say. All right, or wanting to be on it. Where's my email? Here we go. There it is. right. All right, I got it here. So I'm sure there's a lot of news stories on this one, but I'm going to share the one that was sent to me on a link here. So let's just get right to it. That's just the best way to put this, and then we can talk a little bit about it. Trigger warning for I mean, they're going to have everything censored because it's a news clip on YouTube, but just trigger warning for it's not even language, it's for like just violence and shit like that. But like I said, it's a news clip, so it's going to be all censored. But just trigger warning. All right, so let me just make sure I'm sharing the screen. And here we go. Oh, let me make sure I can see it first. Then I'll press play. I'm sure a lot of you have probably seen this news story, but for some of you that have not. All right, yeah, cool. All right, perfect. Here we go.
Pennsylvania for our next story. A disturbing murder is under investigation after police say a man was found beheaded in his Bucks County home and now confirming that his son has been arrested and charged for that gruesome death. Fox 29 Philadelphia's Hank Flynn joining us live this morning to explain. Hank, good morning. What developments can you share?
Yeah, hey, good morning, Gene. And it's day two, I suppose, of covering this story, which is national news now. And Chris, my photographer, and I have been talking about it all morning. And it's hard to discuss, Gene, because this particular killing violates so many of the norms and mores of our particular society, things like family, fatherhood, just the act of murder. But February 8th is what we're talking about for the first preliminary hearings for 32-year-old Justin Mohn. He's the fellow that police say beheaded his father and posted it on YouTube Tuesday. Gene, it was in the afternoon, as we know. Police say that Mohn slaughtered his father after his mother left the house about 2 o'clock. By the time she came home at about 7, police say he had decapitated his father and posted it on YouTube, calling on an imaginary militia named after himself, Mohn's Militia, to take up arms, kill government employees like his father, and overthrow the country, Gene. His family's quiet Levittown neighborhood is gobsmacked.
You just don't wake up in the morning and think, you know, I think I'm gonna cut his head off.
Yeah, and as we know, Gene, good police work. Mohn was caught fairly quickly out of the Fort Indiantown Gap National Guard base. He drove himself out there in his father's car. Police had been pinging his phone, and he was apparently armed and inside the fence, but police say he gave up without a fight. Now, Gene, I don't know, and police haven't quite said, maybe they don't know either exactly what Mohn's intentions were being inside the fence at a National Guard post while packing. We don't quite know that yet, but the timing is crazy too, Gene, because, again, we're talking about these things all morning long. You were covering, I suppose, all of the work on Capitol Hill yesterday, where tech CEOs, specifically of social media companies, defending their policies specifically about children, as politicians accused them of being harmful to kids. Meanwhile, YouTube has this video of Justin Mohn up for hours with his father's head on the desk right beside him. Several thousand people saw it, certainly enough to copy it, and it's all over the place now. Gene.
Hank, that perspective you just shared, absolutely amazing. Not to mention, I know yesterday you were saying how this could have escalated even further. He kills his own father, allegedly, arrested for that. But then he was also threatening all government employees and even journalists. So just to think, if this man was still on the loose this morning, who he would potentially attack next.
Well, and that's the question. And one of the people that we spoke with in the neighborhood yesterday made that point as well, simply saying, Gene, that if you're willing to behead your own father on behalf of some kind of an arcane political point, then you'd be more than willing to shoot a complete stranger. So what he was capable of, especially as he's calling for total revolution, who knows? I'm just really glad they got him when they did, caught up with him when they did, and that he's in custody now. I think that more will be discovered in days to come. But a lot of people have spoken about mental health in regards to this case, Gina, and that's something that needs to be talked about as well.
Absolutely. I know you mentioned yesterday that his attorney will probably be trying to use that insanity plea to try to get him off. Of course, as you mentioned, this is a developing situation, and we will continue to follow it. Hank Flynn there with Fox 29 Philadelphia. Hank, as always, thank you so much for joining us here on Live Now from Fox, and you enjoy the rest of the day, and you be safe as you work to keep us informed.
Will do. Anytime, Gina. Thank you.
Thank you.
Sorry, I was just answering Cesar there. Yeah, what a crazy freaking story, man. And Cesar, it did make it on the IP2 website. I don't know for him. Sounding from you, it got yanked down, thankfully, and I'm glad. I had no idea what it was. I think it was just like a news clip or something, and I just clicked on it, and you saw it. Literally, the guy, and I'm not going to get too graphic, but let's just put it this way. I thought it was a joke. I thought it, but the thing was, I said, holy crap, that thing looks very realistic for a prop head. And then when I went to verify the news story and saw that it was real, I couldn't believe that I actually saw what I saw, and it was disgusting. Fucking sick. I mean, just the calmness in the guy, and how, I mean, you would have thought it was like a movie. I thought it was a prank, like a joke, which a sick one. It's gross, man. That guy has some serious mental problems. And I'm glad they caught that dude. I just feel so bad for his family, because that is some fucked up shit, man. And again, that's why I brought up, you say, well, what's the purpose of that? They mention it, social media, YouTube. Now, again, he was, spatting some other, rhetoric and reasons why he did what he did. But ultimately, this guy went on YouTube to post this. You know what I mean? And I'm curious, and I said that in chat, I wonder how long it took YouTube to take that shit down, or until they realized what the hell was going down. Because I'm sure that guy didn't have a bunch of followers going down at first, right? So I'm sure as people started catching on and maybe spreading it on forums or something, who knows? But I'm curious. I hope YouTube did their job, but I'm curious how long that made it on YouTube. And that's crazy that it even would have. You would think they'd have, these whatever they call it, these AI systems in place to catch that shit or something like that already. But we've seen it before. We've seen channels that break TOS all the time that have been flat. We've seen channels that have been taken down and they just go and make a new one. I really think the flagging system doesn't work too well on YouTube. It's just my opinion. But yeah, reason why I played that was, it had something to do with YouTube, and it's a crime. It's disgusting, but it's definitely something to make people aware of. These are the people that you could possibly be a neighbor to. That could have been a coworker you're working next to. You know what I mean? So that's why I always said, keep your head on a swivel, literally, and check your six. Vid was on YouTube for 6 hours, Roofer. Get the fuck out of here. Excuse my language. That's insane. What up, Tabby? Good to see you, my friend. What up, Cassandra's Life in Albuquerque? Now, I need to ask, are you from Albuquerque? Yeah, I came and took a little break from Albuquerque for the day and came up to Santa Fe. We're here at the Capitol. I'm going to give you guys a little tour. I think you can get guided tours here, but we're going to give you the NJ Courts self-guided tour. They posted, Sunshinery says they posted a statement about it. I sent it to NJ Courts. Okay, cool. Let me check I just got it. Thank you. Okay, so let me share this here really quick. Thank you for sharing that with me. Give me 1 second here. I'll put that in the chat. So that way, if anybody else wants to click on that link, they can. But let's see what this link takes us to. All right, here we go. And just in case my computer dies on me, just keep your eye out here in a few minutes. Once it's dead,